Hi, everybody. Rush Stage 3 is from 1982 to 1989, and of course, this is the Rush Stage 3 ranking video. All these albums were under Mercury Records. They start with Signals from 1982, they go to Grace Under Pressure 1984. The third one is Power Windows from 1985, and then finally Hold Your Fire in 1987. Those were the four studio albums, and then Stage 3 formally ends with 1989's A Show of Hands, which is a live album. It's not one like concert that they captured, but it's more like an amalgamation of several concerts, but most of the content coming from the Hold Your Fire tour. Okay, so that's Stage 3. These albums, apart from the rest of the catalog, because they really have an 80s feel about them, even more so than Moving Pictures or the one that came before. I just had a senior moment. But they have a real strong 80s feel, and the songwriting is really 80s-ish, and the production really sounds very 80s-ish, especially on the last album. Okay, so with no further ado, let's get right into it. Number 4, drum roll, please. All right, number 4, no surprise, Hold Your Fire, 1987. This album's it's got a real poppy prog pop feel to it. It's not so proggy like the rest of the catalog. Even these three other albums are much more proggy than this one, but this one's basically standard 4/4 time. There's very minimal time changes, which is a Rush staple, and those hooks. The Rush hooks that have time signatures are throughout all their albums, but they're really missing on this one. And this is like sort of a schmaltzy, schmupsy kind of feel to it. And when I say schmupsy, think like Mariah Carey pop. Just real sappy. Schmupsy is sort of schmaltzy and sappy all together. It's just kind of schmupsy, okay? And it's a low energy. Think like Jeb Bush low energy. Low energy, okay? So that's number 4 is Hold Your Fire 1987, okay? Let's put that right here. All right, number 3 from Stage 3 is Signals from 1982. I do like the cover. This is a much more melancholy, even for Rush, but it's not schmaltzy or schmupsy like Hold Your Fire is. But it's just a real melancholy, even keeled. It's definitely got a higher energy than Hold Your Fire. It's an excellent power nap or sleeping album, and that's really where it fits for me in the catalog. If I can't sleep at night, I got a bevy of albums that I'll pull out, but this has now worked its way in there, and I would even say that this one is better to listen to with earbuds or headphones on, especially like the song Subdivisions when you hear those synths, or Digital Man. Digital Man, I guess I didn't really like the song at all before until I started listening to it a lot with the earbuds on, and it's really got that dun 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 dun. When that part of the song comes in, I like that. It's really powerful. It's powerful in the headphones, okay? And also, this is the final album by Terry Brown, so it's a significant album for Rush. But I'll put it number 3. It's a solid album. It's a good album. And we'll put it at number 3. Number 2, from 1985, Power Windows. This is a very high energy, fast tempo album. Even considering the entire catalog, this one feels like it has tons of energy. And there's a bunch of good tunes on here, and especially like the Big Money, Manhattan Project, Marathon. Even Middletown Dreams is growing on me a little bit, and Mystic Rhythms. Good album, powerful, good, and there's a really strong mix between the lead guitar lines and the synthesizers. And I would say it's probably the most unique out of all Rush albums in the way it sounds. Just really You know, synth orchestra hits aplenty all over. They're just all over the album. That's the only album that really does that. And so we'll put let's put Power Windows at number 2 for stage 3. Okay. It's a much maligned album, but I find it interesting actually. I find it interesting. Okay. That leads number 1, Grace Under Pressure from 1984. This is the number 1. This is the best album, or my favorite, from stage 3. It's the best of the stage, okay? This is the true follow-up to Moving Pictures, although, you know, I guess when you think about where it is in the catalog, you know, Signals comes after Moving Pictures, and it's like got a, it seems like it's even more melancholy than Moving Pictures is. This one, this one's like taking Moving Pictures to a higher level, and it sort of sits perfectly in between Moving Pictures and Power Windows. It's got the right mix of synthesizers, energy, tempo. The time signatures are crazy. They're changing, you know, and it's got a very familiar Rush 80s sound to it. And it's produced by Peter Henderson. So this was the album that they made the switch. They made the switch after Terry Brown. And it's got a bunch of great songs. Distant Early Warning, After Image, Red Sector A, The Enemy Within, Kid Glove, Red Lenses. I like Red Lenses quite a bit. Okay. Okay, so we'll put this one number 1. And then what else do I have to say? Oh, a show of hands. So this won't be a show of hands. I guess I'll do. I haven't done any of these like live album reviews yet, but I'll just say this: when I'm listening to music, I tend to go for the live albums first. That's just me. I know I'm probably different that way, but I like the live CDs. It bothers me a little bit to know that they take the master recordings off the bench and they go to the studio and they do some overdubs and stuff like that. I wish they wouldn't do that. This one, I don't think they did that so much. Probably a little bit. I think all bands do it a little bit. But this is good. Now, what's weird about it? There's 15 tracks. Okay, all of them are from stage 3 except for 2. Witch Hunt is on here, which is from Moving Pictures. That's track number 10. And then Closer to the Heart is A Farewell to Kings. That's also stage 2. There's no stage 1 songs. Okay. And like I said at the beginning, a lot of these songs they come from Hold Your Fire and the Hold Your Fire tour. There's 4 of them. There are 4 tracks from Power Windows, so those are 8 of the 15. That's over half the album. Regrettably, there's only 2 from Grace Under Pressure. And that is, let's just take a look. Distant Early Warning is on here, and Red Sector A is on here. Yeah, I would have liked to have some more Grace Under Pressure. Now, luckily, Rush has gone back, and they've released a concert from the Grace Under Pressure tour, which I would love to listen to, and I don't have, but that's how I think that's kind of how they made it up. And then Signals just has 1 track, which is Subdivisions. That's interesting. So 8, 9, 10, 11. 11 of the 15 tracks are stage 3. 2 are from stage 2, and then you got a couple of weird ones. Like they play 3 Blind Mice at the beginning, and they call that intro. And then, and on this CD, Neil Peart's drum section is called The Rhythm Method. That's where he does his solo, and it's a good solo. It's not as good. The best solo was on Different Stages. I mean, that's the best one. Or if you ever, if you've seen the Rush 30, that's the when it starts to go in the that's how. Okay, well anyway, show of hands, cool cover too, and this is a remaster. I picked this one up on eBay recently because I listened to a bunch of times last winter on YouTube. And There's a YouTube channel I go to that's got a bunch like where he's just ripped them from official Danny Wasted Youth, I think his name is. I used to go there. I used to listen to all the Kiss records there. Then I just started picking them up on CD. And then I have seen the Show of Hands, the blue, not the Blu-ray, but the what was before DVD, video disc, is that what it was called? Yeah, I think so. Okay. So yeah, I have listened to this a bunch of times on CD and a bunch of times over the winter on YouTube. All right, let's do a quick recap. For stage 3, number 4 coming in last is Hold Your Fire, and it's not. By the way, it's not bad. It's not a bad album. It's just the last one. Number 3 is Signals from 1982. Yep. From 1985, Power Windows will be number 2. Produced by Peter Collins. And then number 1 is Grace Under Pressure. By the way, it's not... It's this one, 1984. This was an easy one to do for me, okay? Stage 1 was much more difficult to rank because they're real tight. And the albums, they don't differentiate too much from the first 4. The first 4 Rush albums. Also, stage 2 is also very difficult, but, for me to parse through what I liked better between Hemispheres and Farewell to Kings. But this one was rather easy. I mean, I definitely think Grace Under Pressure is the best. Easily. It's easily the best. And it's much better than Power Windows. And I think Power Windows is very good. But Grace Under Pressure, I would consider it excellent. I would consider Power Windows to be a very, very good album. And it's better than Signals. Signals is, to me, it's a niche album. I mean, I don't know, I got a lot of comments and a huge blast of, like, listens from doing the Signals review. I know you guys really like Signals. To me, it's like, it's... I can't think of a lot of different times I would like to put in Signals and just really crank it, other than if I can't sleep or I want to take a power nap. And then it's got a really cool effect. So yeah, this was easy. Thanks for listening in. I'll start cranking out stage 4. Stage 4 is also very easy for me, and I like stage 4 even more than stage 3 for Rush. I think stage 4 is very underrated. They got out of their synth phase, so that'll be next. All right. Thanks everyone for tuning in. Coach Plow Guy out.